Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. My name is JC if you haven't seen my face before. Today's video is going to be my summer TBR. Now before I get into it, I have to tell you guys, if you live in Orange County or probably LA area as well, go to Coffee Dose and try the Valley Girl. It's the drink that Coffee Dose is collaborating with for the What We Said podcast, I believe. And so this is the matcha with the marshmallow cream foam on top. It literally tastes like the Lucky Charms marshmallows in a drink form. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. And I love it. The sticker says, it's hard being perfect. Like, are you joking? I just love that. This should be pretty short because I don't remember a lot of the synopses of these books. And if I can go into a book blind, I want to. So if past me read the synopsis and said, oh my God, add to cart, then I love that current me really doesn't remember. But at some point I was interested. And there are so many new releases coming out between June and July. So that's what a lot of these are. So these are all the books that I hope to get to or that I'll be choosing from in June, July, and August. I'm literally going to the pool after this, can you tell? By literally me in my swimsuit top. But okay, let's get through this. So the first one is Not in Love. This will be Ali Hazelwood's latest release, and I'm very excited about it because I recently read Bride and I liked her kind of getting out of her comfort zone with that. But I also recently read Love Theoretically and gave it 5 stars. So I'm interested to dive back into, I believe this is like another STEM romance book. We'll see. I've seen very like hit or miss reviews on various people that had the arc. Then we have The X-Vows. Now, I'm kind of impressed with myself. I wonder how many of these authors I'll remember because I only wrote the like title of the book. So The X-Vows is by Jessica Joyce, and that's the same author of You with a View, which I loved. 5 stars, obsessed with that book. So I'm just like, is this my most anticipated read of the summer? I don't know, because there's a later book in here that I'm like very excited about, but it could definitely be a top one as far as like romances go because I just loved her writing so much, and I know so many people that read the arc loved it, like 5 stars, 6 stars, so I'm excited for that one. Then we have The Grandest Game. So this is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I recently read The Brothers Hawthorne. That is the like 4th book in the Inheritance Games series. But what interested me is I think when I looked this up, it's in the same world. It's the same characters, but it's listed as like book 1 in a series. And then I know that Jennifer Lynn Barnes has The Games Untold coming out in November, and I want to say that was listed as like book 5. And then Inheritance Games. Well, this was like listed as like number 1 for the Grandest Game series. What? Like, are we getting a new series? Oh my gosh. Like, that just makes me so excited because I love her writing. I love the way her brain works with all the riddles and the puzzles. Like, that just is so cool to me. I'm very excited about this one. And then I have Summer Sisters. This is by Judy Blume. This is one of my book club picks for June. I mean, it's gonna be the first month of my book club. If you guys saw that announcement video, I'm so excited. So that is one of the options for people to choose. And it was interesting to me because it kind of made me think of Malibu Rising meets Mary Jane. I don't know. It was intriguing, and I think it could be one of those great like summary books that isn't just like a romance. And then we have Just a Stupid Love Story. I don't remember the author, and I really don't remember the plot, but I believe it comes out in June, and I got a physical copy of it as like an arc, and I'm so excited. I think I want to include it in a like June new releases reading vlog like I did for April. I want to do one for June because there's so many good books coming out. So that's one I think I'll save for that video. And then I have Fairy Tale. This is by Stephen King, and I read Billy Summers by him last summer, and I loved it. I feel like there's just something that hits about Stephen King in the summer. Like, I don't know. So I think this is gonna be the like Stephen King book I read for sure this summer. And I don't remember 100%. I think it's about like this kid, maybe like in high school or something, that's kind of taking care of one of his parents. I don't remember if it's the mom or the dad. But then he kind of starts working for like a nearby neighbor, and then something about like the neighbor maybe passes away, and now the kid's like uncovering all these things about the guy. I don't know, classic Stephen King mystery weirdness. Then we have One Star Romance. I don't remember the author of this, and I don't remember exactly what it's about, but I think, if I'm remembering correctly, the main female is the author, and she's like a part of this wedding, and she has to like be linked up with the guy that just recently gave her book 1 star. But maybe he doesn't know that she's the author. I don't remember. So I feel like that could be interesting. I know that Destiny Sidwell got an arc of it, and I'd be very curious to see what she thinks of it. Then I have a novel love story. I don't remember the author either, and I have no idea what it's about, but I remember that I like added it to a list because of someone on Bookstagram that I think read an arc of it and like really loved it. I hope, or maybe she really hated it and I just like, oh, she wrote a lot, add to cart. I have no idea. I want to say that she really liked it, and that's what made me be like, oh, I think I would like to read that. And I think that maybe comes out this month as well. This month comes out in June. I'm like filming this in the middle of May. Okay, then we have In a Not So Perfect World. I think this is by Neely Tubadi Alexander, because this is another one of my June book club options. So I just had to like film that video of like, here are the options. So I want to say that's the author. And this is your like classic summer vacation romance. So I think it's like a staple that would be great to read during the summer. And I remember what interested me about it is the fact that our main female character is in the like gaming industry. Like her dream job is to be a video game designer. And I just love that we have this like tech girl in it, main character. So that's a fun one. I think it's like fake dating where the main male character wants her to fake it being his girlfriend on vacation in order to get his ex back. Crazy. So I feel like that could be a fun one. I mean, this is like one I want to read even if they don't choose it as the book club pick for June. Then we have The 7-Year Slip. This has been talked about so much, absolutely so much over the last couple months, and I don't know why I just haven't picked it up yet, and I'm dying to this summer. I think it'd be a great just like easy poolside read that makes me feel all the things, because I feel like everyone that's read it cries, and I'm like, oh geez. They're like, this is just such a beautiful story. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm ready to cry at the pool. It will be so great. I'm actually checking this out from my library. So I put a hold on it a while ago, and I think it's actually ready for pickup. So maybe I'll read it even before June. I don't know. But for sure, this summer I want to read it. Then we have Reckless. I'm so excited for this one. This is the second book to Powerless by Lauren Roberts, and what I loved about reading Powerless like a little later is like we got more prints of it, and in the later prints you got like a chapter of the second book. So in my Powerless copy, I have the first chapter of Reckless, but when I bought Powerful, I got it also like both of them from the UK. I don't know if that made a difference, but in Powerful, I got the first 2 chapters of Reckless. I was dying. Like, I cried. I cried both times. Like, when I first read the like chapter, when I read Powerless, I cried. And then when I finished Powerful and saw that I had 2 chapters of Reckless to read, cried all over again. So good. So that's where I was confusing. Like, I don't know if it's my like most anticipated read because I have another book. This was the other book. I think Reckless and the X-Files are like definitely the top 2, but Reckless, yes, there's romance, but it's still a fantasy world, so it's definitely my most highly anticipated fantasy of the summer. Maybe of the year, honestly. Then we have, I'm nervous, Magnolia Parks, A Long Way Home, and Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. Oh my gosh, I am contemplating doing the tandem read I saw that someone posted of how you could read them together, and I was like, wait, that kind of sounds really fun, but those books are just so drama, and I feel like they're so fun poolside or just like at the beach reading. Like, it just hits different. I feel like they're always going on these like Greece vacations. Let's go to France this summer, like on a whim. Let's go to Italy. I'm just like, you guys live a life, but I feel like those would be so fun to read during the summer. So I want to read those next 2 books, and then obviously there's another Magnolia book out, but I feel like my priority is definitely getting to the next 2 in the series. Then we have 5-Star Weekend. This is by Ellen Hilderbrand. You know who I'm talking about. And I want to do a hybrid read for this. I think I'd really like to have the physical copy, but I think the audiobook would be really great because I think you're following, I don't know if you have all the POVs of all the friends, but you have like a group of adult women where our main character, she ends up inviting a group of her friends, like one kind of from each stage of her life, on this like weekend vacation. And I feel like there's just drama, there's tea. I'm excited. I feel like the audiobook could definitely like read as like someone just telling you the gossip in a story, and that could be so great. So I think I want to do the like hybrid read for that. Then we have Six of Crows, like out of left field. It's like normally I'd be like fantasy like in the fall time, winter. No, I think this would be great. I just read A Tempest of Tea, which is kind of heist-like, and you get like 3 POVs in that. And so I feel like I'm definitely in the mood for it. Like it's been summery the last like month, and so reading A Tempest of Tea recently and having that like heist feeling, I think I could really love reading Six of Crows right now. So I'm adding it to the list, summer TBR. Then we have Fear of the Flames. I do not remember what this book is about, but I remember seeing people talk about it a few months ago. I added it to my list. I recently bought it, and now it's just been sitting on my shelf, and I think like that could just be a nice, cool fantasy book to read this summer. I have it. I know a lot of people love it. I don't think it's necessarily something that like gives summer vibes per se, but I'm interested in it. I feel like I'm definitely in a fantasy mood, and although I'd be probably starting another series, it's not like there's already 5 books out of that series. I can just read the one and I'd be caught up. Oh boy. Okay. Then we have The Magic All Around. This I believe I have as an audiobook only from the Libro.fm ALC program, which is like the audiobook version of an ARC. Okay, I'm just trying to remember what this is about, and I can't remember. But when I first read like the synopsis, I was like, no, that sounds so interesting. So I feel like it's one of those things that's similar to, what is it? Oh, I think it's like The Unmaking of June Farrow. I just recently talked about it. I was like, no, it's not on this list. I think that book is kind of what The Magic All Around reminds me of, but I also could be mistaking that completely. So there's that. I mean, I have a picture of it, so you guys know what I'm talking about at this point. And then we have Not Like Other Girls. This is a mystery, and it sounds interesting. Period. I mean, I just think it's like nice to have kind of different genres to go around, and I know that this book has gotten some great reviews, and I have also the audiobook from Libro.fm's ALC program, so I think it'd just be like a nice, like, easy thing to listen to while I'm doing stuff. Then we have Never by Jessa Hastings. How have I not read it yet? I love Peter Pan so much, and I think a few months ago, I read the original Peter Pan that, like, by J.M. Barrie, I believe, is the author. And that's the book that she, like, kind of recommended you read before, so you understand which Peter Pan she, like, took her story from, if you will. And so I have the understanding now, and I just want to read Never. So I feel like that's a goal I have between now and the end of August. We'll see. I mean, I just feel like a Peter Pan story could be fun. I was going to say fun Peter Pan, but it's, like, just a Hastings, so... But I'm very interested, and I feel like I can totally see where her story is going to go based on the ending of the Peter Pan story I read. So I'm interested. And the last one I have is Dawn of Onyx. I got this book, I don't know, a couple months ago, the same time that I bought Fear of the Flame. And I thought I was going to read it sooner. I didn't. It is, well, it's the first in a series, but I feel like is there only 2 books out right now, or is there maybe 3? No clue, but it seems pretty short, so I feel like that could be nice if I'm in the mood for like a fantasy type book. Then that'd be great. I have no idea. Like, I wish I knew anything about the book. I think that I just saw some people that I like on Instagram talking about it, and I was like, if you like it, I like it. I'll add it to my list, and I ended up like buying a few books at the time. So that is definitely one that I want to read this summer. So that is pretty much it. I mean, I'm a mood reader. There's gonna be other books that I see that I read, but those are books that are like on my radar right now. And there's 2 other books because of my June book club picks. There's 2 on there that I didn't put on here. And that is like Remarkably Bright Creatures and The Unmaking of June Farrow. Both of those sound so interesting to me, so I'm dying to read them. And so even if they don't get picked as the June book club pick, they're getting read between June, July, and August for sure. Oh my gosh, those just sound so good. So those are the books that I'm gonna be for sure choosing from this summer. But yeah, like I said, I'm a mood reader. There's gonna be other books I see at the library, other ones that friends recommend me, whatever it may be. So that is all I have for my summer TBR. I recently posted on Instagram a photo of kind of different summer recommendations, so feel free to check that out. I'm not making another summer recommendations video this year, but I'm hoping that next year I'll be able to like really recommend ones that aren't your typical, I guess. Like everyone knows, read the Emily Henry books. Do it. You have to. But I feel like they're like staples that just get recommended over and over again, and I'd like to find a few more that I could recommend that aren't as common for next year. So feel free to check out my Instagram where I did post that. This is my summer TBR. Let me know which books you guys are reading this summer, like anticipated releases, maybe ones that you're like, I have just not read this for the last 3 summers. I don't know why. I'm gonna do it this summer. This is the summer. And also, please let me know if you read any of the books on my summer TBR and which ones I should definitely prioritize, or which ones I should do a reading vlog on, because I feel like there'd be some good ones in there. Okay, well, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.